Greg Pavlik, Senior Vice President at Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. The Horizon Data Warehouse is our analytic platform for the Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. It is the tool that we use to run our entire business on. The Horizon lakehouse is constructed of three core components. One is our data ingestion system, allows self-service data to be provisioned into the Horizon lakehouse. The data lake portion, which builds on top of OCI Object Store and allows users to store data sets at scale. Currently, there's about 2 petabytes of data under management within the data lake. And then the autonomous data warehouse, which is the centerpiece, kind of the cornerstone of the platform. It offers rich analytic functions, and it allows us to serve thousands of users and service hundreds of teams internal to Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. The Horizon system is taking data in from virtually all aspects of our business. We have metering and monitoring information about service usage. We have customer information. We have financial data. It's used by teams within our product organization. It's used by marketing. It's used to do financial analysis of the health of our business. So it really is the cornerstone of how we run Oracle Cloud Infrastructure as a business today. So one of the reasons we chose to use Autonomous Database as the centerpiece for the Horizon platform is the ease at which we can administer the system and scale it without putting a tremendous amount of human labor into the equation. We started out initially with an on-premise data warehouse. We were kind of building out the data warehouse as we created the cloud. That really required us to dedicate resources to running the warehouse in and of itself. We wanted to take those people and move them into doing functionality and solving problems for our end users. So we moved to Autonomous Data Warehouse. Migration was very simple. And the system itself takes care of most of the administrative tasks we have done. So we can really focus on the value to our customers and not so much on administering the database instance. It's also a secure environment, and another critical feature for us with the Autonomous Data Warehouse is it's deeply integrated into the other parts of the Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. So it allows us to take advantage of all the data sets that we have within the data lake in integrated reports that are provisioned through the warehouse itself. So where we're at today with Horizon is we run somewhere between 2 and 3 petabytes of data. We manage about 2 petabytes of data within the data lake inside the object storage within Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, and about 200 terabytes and growing within the database instance itself. One of the beauties of using Autonomous Data Warehouse is it allows us not only to scale easily, especially when we have bursty patterns of reporting and analytics, but it also allows us to reach into those data sets in the data lake so that we have an integrated system that we can query across all data all the time. So the biggest benefits we have from the system we have with Horizon using Autonomous Data Warehouse in particular is we don't have to scale the system with the users. They can self-service, they can come into the environment, and the environment is able to provision resources automatically to meet user demand. This is a big change for us, but it's saved us a tremendous amount of investment. We've also been able to use this scalable infrastructure to centralize on a single data warehouse. So rather than many teams having many data warehouses and having to maintain them and try to figure out how to ask questions across lots of systems, we have a single system where our entire user base can come in and ask questions against a unified data set. As far as best practices go with Horizon, one of the things we've learned is you have to really strike a balance between how you federate data versus centralize it. We want to give users the flexibility to provide their own data marts so that they can ask questions that are very specific to their aspects of the business on the one hand. On the other hand, we want to be able to bring data sets together into common data models where we can then reason about behavior across lines of business for a given customer, or we can reason about the impact of our decisions in terms of how we run the infrastructure and the cost that we generate running the infrastructure across all the lines of business within OCI. So either way you look at it, we have the ability to really analyze what's happening within our business because we have this unified data sets. So we don't want to get in the way of users being able to go and create their own curated data models that are helpful and necessary for what they're trying to solve on the one hand. On the other hand, we do spend a lot of time trying to work with our users and understand when we can bring these data sets together and allow a broader class of problems to be solved from a single instance of the data warehouse. So our next major areas of investment with Horizon are really focused on a few areas. One is we're bringing a lot more machine learning and data science to the data, making it easy for users to ask questions about the future. So projections based on the data sets and the data models that they have, but using sophisticated data science techniques to get better answers. We're doing that in a couple different areas. One, internally, we've enabled our Oracle Cloud Infrastructure data science platform for all Horizon users, so they can bring their own data scientists and do an analysis on predictive questions. Another thing we've done is start to use the AI services within the Oracle Cloud Infrastructure that provide out-of-the-box machine learning capabilities to solve very common business problems. So the first wave of adoption with AI services has been focused on anomaly detection, so we can look at trends within the business and see where there are exceptions and begin to analyze the root cause of why we're seeing exceptions within the business. And that can apply to all kinds of problems, from supply chain to user behavior to revenue to security. It's a very powerful addition to the platform and one of our big areas of investment. We're also using DataSafe, one of the Oracle products that allows us to automatically detect PII information, make sure that we're doing the right thing around data governance when it comes to protecting user information. And we're going deeper in how we have common dimensions, common business vocabulary that we can apply to the data sets that are shared across all the teams within the Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. And we think with those three areas of investment, we're going to see even better outcomes and more utility from the Horizon platform than we do today.